Hey mamas, and welcome back to another episode of the Modern Moms Club. Today I have with me Megan Pruitt. She's co-founder and co-owner of Date Night In Boxes and also Kids Night In. So Megan, thank you so much for being here today and with all the moms of the Modern Moms Club.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for having me.
I'm so excited. I actually came across the Date Night Inbox on Instagram. So you guys are crushing it in your marketing. So great job on that. So I would love before we kind of dive into the questions, for you to explain to the mamas what Date Night Inbox is and how you came up with the idea.
Yeah, absolutely. So I had a past kind of like life in internet marketing and social media. And so I was just about to give birth to our son, our second child. We have a 4-year-old girl and a 2-year-old boy. And I had left a job as a financial service manager that like what I would call is not mom friendly. I was just kind of like being worked into the ground and, kind of like in a male dominated industry where like, it was just not a great place to be with having a second child on the way. And so I looked at my husband. He was working at the time as a scout for the St. Louis Cardinals. And we had just moved to a new small town in Aiken, South Carolina. And we had no family there and kind of like, we didn't know anybody, no babysitters. And so I looked at him and I was like, we're never going to get out for a date night. And
dun, dun, dun.
By the time you're gonna have your second kid, like you are going to be in the house for like months, especially if it's a little bit colder weather. Like, yeah, I knew we weren't going to see the light of day. And, we had kind of gotten into this habit where it was either like we would watch TV together or sit on our phones. And so it was like I was missing that quality time with him. And so I said to him, like, we should deliver a date to people's doors. And he was like, no, we really should. And it was like this perfect kind of like moment where I wasn't working, but I had always enjoyed being a working mother. And so we started literally like we packed, I think our first month we did like 30 boxes. And then we had this feature in BuzzFeed and we went from the first month to like from 30 to 1,000 the second month.
Wow.
Yeah. And then it just never stopped. And, like we've just had so many blessed opportunities now where we literally like deliver a date night to our customers' doors that requires nothing, no additional planning. It includes several activities, ambiance, a snack. We have a wonderful blogger that helps us have like a full curated menu if you want to go ahead and make it like a date dinner night.
Yeah.
And people really love that. And we've gotten some awesome feedback on that. And then, we saw that Date Night In was kind of this like runaway success. And so I kind of thought, I'm doing this with my husband, but I could so do this with my kids too. Yeah. And I was kind of coming into these like real life moments. And so we say Kids Night In is all drawn from real life mom inspiration.
Yes.
So like it's every day. And so I was in Target with my daughter and she was like, does this have a high number? And I'm like, okay, she's ready to talk about money. So we did a finance box. And
such great practical like information for kids that like you're teaching them, but it's also fun.
100%. And what I really like about Kids Night In and what I'm very proud of is that we are delivering life lessons in this very kind of fun way. And so it's not like a toy that will collect dust. It's like these moments that are fleeting, right? So I explained to her about finance and Target, but I don't know if it's sunk in.
Sure.
And then I got to make this whole experience where like the kids get to make their own ice cream and they understand that these ingredients cost money and there's supply and demand. And we teach like interest, very lightly for little ones and older ones. And we've done a disability box, we've done heritage, like family tree, but it's like these really cool life moments, kind of lessons that you're having that get delivered in this like buttoned up, tailored experience with an accompanying book. And that one's just near and dear to my heart because I'm living it right now.
Yeah. And what a fun way also, because you're so in your business, like you can see what your kids are going through. And we know as moms, like if we're going through it, there's other moms going through it. So
100%. Absolutely.
Yeah. So you're able to take what you're teaching your daughter and share this with like thousands of other families and kids and moms that can have these really fun moments, but also lessons and an opportunity to teach them as well.
Yes, 100%. And the feedback on that has been so cool. Just hearing from our customers. One woman was like, I've subscribed to Kids Night In, and we did a box about like differently abled individuals. And she's like, my son is the one who's like older. He's doing the boxes, but his younger sister has a glass eye, and sometimes we'll get like looks and glances. And she was like, I can't put into words how much like this means to us, that like it was introduced to us, that he realized like how to handle his sister's disabilities, strangers, that there's even more disabilities beyond what he sees with his sister. And it was just like, I get these emails on the regular, and it's just so cool because it's about something so much bigger. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. And I'm like, I literally have goosebumps right now, but I think it's amazing that, you're able to do something like you had an idea, which solved a problem for you, right? Like that's where it started.
Yes.
And I feel like that's where there's so much magic, because you're not just doing it to make money and that's it. Like you're changing lives, you're making an impact, and you're serving a need that's out there. Because I mean, there's so many moms, like you said, whether it's one child or 4 or 5 or however many they have, that it's not always the most time consuming, or the most time, like to be able to go out and have the time to go do a date night, or financially, like it may not be in the finances to go out and spend dinner, money on dinner, a movie, or whatever, date night looks like for you. So, and also pre-kids, because date night pre-kids looks different date night after kids.
100%. And then I feel like as they get a little bit older, you do get out more, and you like have a few more of those moments. But
yeah. My husband and I will go out, and we're like, like we were out to dinner for our anniversary, and both of our phones at 9:30, like the alarm went off, and it was like time for bed, and we're like, like 9:30.
Yeah, exactly.
Been like starting to go out. Yeah. And now we're like in bed by 9:30. So, so you mentioned a few of the different boxes, but I would love for you to just share like what other boxes you are. Cause I was looking on the website and I saw like, there's so many different options. So like, what would you recommend? Someone start with like the date night box, or like, how do they navigate like what box is right for them?
Yeah. Absolutely. So I kind of come from the school of thought where like, as parents, if we don't take care of ourselves, and like you see so many moms fall into this, and then like the guilt that accompanies like taking care of yourself. You can't be good for your kids if you're not like good too, you know? So it's just so important. So we always say like, definitely who we resonate the most with is parents with young kids. And that's obviously who your audience is, but it's also like the working professional that maybe doesn't have kids, but like just, loves being a homebody or doesn't get out much. But definitely our journey that we've seen is that you start with date night in, you get back that quality time with your significant other that is so fleeting when you have young children, like it's just so easy to pour 110% into the kids. And then you're kind of like, whoa, wait a second, there's somebody else here. And that's just like an honest moment that I feel like everyone can relate to.
Yeah.
And so we just kind of, I always say like, we create all the things for date night and kids night and that you see in Pinterest, or you see your friends posting about that, like you wish you could do. Like,
that's amazing.
Yeah. We have a painting night, and like I always see like girls are going out and doing it, and I'm like, oh, that would be so fun. I just don't have the time. So we did a whole digital experience. We had a painting date, and just so many different like experiences that like I just don't have my life together enough maybe to like get the idea from Pinterest and go run to Michael's and Target and order this from Amazon. So we take care of everything for you and really make it just this turnkey, enjoyable experience that takes no planning on the partner's part. So.
Right. And that's huge too, because, if one partner's working, another one's maybe working, or a stay-at-home mom, like there's just not enough time in the day to like eat, let alone put all this stuff together. Like there's just not enough time to do that.
100%. And then you will kind of take out the planning for both of the pressure, like, oh, I'm always planning our date nights, or it's like, I'm calling for the like this gets to be a surprise. Our themes change each month. So, it's a surprise, and it's little effort on both people's part, which is nice.
Yeah. And that's actually a question I wanted to ask you. So like, how do you come up with the ideas for the boxes? Like, how do you keep it new and exciting and not like repeating something you've done in the past? Like, where did those ideas come from for the box?
Yeah, absolutely. So again, a lot of real life inspiration. I think like our team here is just so creative. So we'll see something, or we'll attend a trade show and find just like this incredible, cool product, and then like build a theme around it. But I'm really, really proud of the fact that we are totally innovative, because we do have competition where they'll put you on a shipment cycle and everyone gets the same first box, everyone gets the same second box, because they're not innovative. And then you kind of like miss out on these themed experiences that go along with like the season, or like relevancy of like new trends and things like that. And we are constantly pushing ourselves. We work under incredible deadlines and incredible pressure to keep it fresh. And our box design changes every month, which is part of the entire experience too. So nothing is stagnant. Everything is always new and evolving. And I just think it keeps us on our toes and keeps the experience really fresh for the customers as well.
Yeah, definitely. Especially someone who's doing it every month, or, is on that subscription, and they're like, they can look forward to it. Like it's, you get something in the mail and you're like, oh, like this is something that you get excited about. You can do with your partner, and, it's an experience for the both of you.
Absolutely.
So, we were talking about the normal date night, like pre-kids, right? So what is typically, because I'm sure you guys have done your research on this, what is like a typical date night out cost, like dinner, movies, whatever, versus your cost of like the date night inbox?
100%. So obviously it will vary a little bit. Like if you're I'm from Chicago. So like what I would have been willing to pay pre-date night for parking and then going out and a coat check and all of these things. But we like to say, you could think, chalk it up to by the time you pay the sitter, you go out, you have your meal, your drinks, everything. The average cost of a date night on the town is going to be like $100. And our boxes are
minimum. That's, I feel like that's like just the sitter.
And the sitter probably won't have the kids asleep by the time you get home, or they will have gone to bed way too late. So this is $41.99, and then we offer month-to-month option 3, 6, and 12. And so we just really kind of say that it's just like leaps and bounds, so much more affordable. It's a fixed budget. It's intentionally going to give you a date night every single month. So it makes sense all around.
Definitely. Especially when you look at the cost, of a $49 value of what you're getting versus, I know I live in Miami, and the cost of a sitter would be about $100 just for the sitter, not even getting out the door and buying one drink.
I know, exactly. And then you're going to fight traffic or wait for your Uber. And
exactly. So, you said you're a mom of 2 and you're married. So for date night, and obviously you were serving, you had this idea because there was a need for this in your own life. So what do you think, like the importance of couples having this connection time, this date night time together? Like what is the importance of that? And I feel like I just want to really talk to all the moms here, and if they're not doing it now, I just want to stress like the importance of having that date night and that time to connect with their partner.
Yes. And I think you hit the nail on the head, kind of like that we were finding a solution for a problem. So Amazon reached out to us and they were like, do you know how many, or I'm sorry, Google, Amazon reached out too, but Google said, do you know how many monthly searches there are for like at-home date needs? And it was like over 3 or 4 million a month. And it was like stacked, like mind blown. And so
they're like, can we partner with you?
Yeah, exactly. Like you get these emails and you're like, this isn't really, Google or Amazon or this show. And then like, you're looking at the email, like, oh my God, it is like, what? And so, I just think, if you are the couple that has been able to really kind of like have the kids, but still keep your relationship a main focus, I venture to guess you're in the minority. And kudos to you if you are, because it was immediately in my experience. And when I'm just talking to like my best girlfriends and we're just unfiltered and raw with each other, it's like, especially in the newborn stage when you're so sleep deprived and everything.
Oh yeah.
Like passing ships. And then you add 2 kids into that, and sometimes it gets even worse. And then, demanding work schedules. And now at 4, we're adding like ballet to the mix and art lessons. And it's just like you either get into this like robot mentality, or one of my neighbors said, I feel like I'm on a hamster wheel. And it's like it keeps going and I'm just on it and I'm not going to get off. And it's not that you don't have a beautiful or fulfilled life, but things change, and you have to like be able to take a step back and say like, am I taking care of myself as a mom? Am I giving what I gave to my relationship? Can I still, or how can I do that more efficiently? Yeah. And that's where we come in. And like, what does this new chapter look like? Like, how do we, address this and continue to, self-care for your significant other and yourself? So it was one of the hardest things, because I always worked, right, my whole time when I've had kids. And so it was like the kids, the job, the household, because I'm like a clean freak, and then my husband. And it was like bringing that back and finding ways to do that efficiently and with purpose. Because I think when we become moms, time is the most valuable commodity. Like I became this like efficiency ninja, and it was like still getting to do everything we wanted to do, just smarter.
My girlfriends who don't have kids yet, they're like, how do you do so much? I'm like, because you realize how much time you were wasting before, and you realize how valuable time is now, and you know how to maximize like even 5 minutes. You can get so much done.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I like my daughter's waffle in the microwave every morning. I'm like, I have 1 minute and 30 seconds to unload the dishwasher. Like, let's go.
Yes. Oh my God. I love it. I'm the exact same way. And then if I have my son in his high chair, I'm like, okay, he's sitting there. I can unload the dishwasher.
Yes, 100%.
My breakfast. Like you mastermind like a boss, or you multitask like a boss.
Yes. Like you didn't even know you could do before.
Exactly. So, I mean, how often do you think couples should be like having a date night? Do you think this is like a once a month thing, like a once a year thing, a once every other? Like how often should ideally, like, what do you think is healthy for a relationship?
So I think it's a few different approaches. So obviously date night, I mean, I wish people could have it more than once a month, but I think how we kind of approach it is we have this section in our date that's called table talk. So if you do create the dinner menu or you incorporate dinner, it's a lot of talk to becoming more intentional, like anyways, past this date night. That's something that we talk about a lot. So my husband and I have tried, when we noticed like we were just sitting on our phone, if it was an intentional date night, keeping our phones in the kitchen, or finding ways to just be like more intentional with each other after the kids are asleep, or even with our children too. So if it's not a date night, there's just more healthy habits that we could all be practicing to make more quality time. So,
yeah, definitely. Yeah. And I think also just putting the phones away, like, that's so important, because if one partner is not on their phone, the other one probably is, like checking Instagram or checking emails or whatever they're doing. It's just like an automatic thing. You just do it. And half the time you don't even know you're doing it. So just to have that in there, I like how you're incorporating this outside of just that one date night. Like there's something more to that. Like it's really, really powerful. And it's really neat to, that you're expanding it. Like it's not just one night and like, that's it. Like there's more to talk about.
Exactly. And then at the end of every date, we give recommendations for continuing your date night, and they go along with the themes. And it could be something like as simple as like in the fall, we suggested like, just go outside with like your cup of coffee in the morning and feel the crisp air. Like, to like watching a themed movie that goes along with the date, to like ways of things that you can do throughout the month. And so we try to really like continue this like school of thought beyond just the initial date experience.
I love that. I think it's amazing. And, we're coming up on Valentine's Day, which of course, like this is the perfect time for all the mamas to be hearing this episode.
Yes,
so I kind of have a 2-part question for you. One is, what advice do you have for couples that can't get out for Valentine's Day, but still, want to make it special? And then what can those couples do to maybe make their day special, acknowledge their partner or their kids? Cause like, it's a day of love. So it's your partner, it's your kids. that are able to, again, not get out and want to still make the day special for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that we like to say our boxes and our experiences that we create are like better than the standard box of chocolate or flowers and dinner. This is something like new and different that you wouldn't do. It can be enjoyed from the comfort of your own home. We just have so many sales coming through. So we feel that other people are like really understanding the value, and our customers are staying with us, which I think is even more powerful, that it's becoming something that's a repeat purchase, and so this would be just something so new and different and fresh that not one person takes on the burden of planning. There's no kind of like false expectations either. We'll take care of everything for you, and it will be a turnkey and tailored experience for you to guys, to enjoy.
Yeah, that's amazing. And, especially when life is just busy. Like no matter what you have going on, life is busy. Nobody has time to do these Pinterest, like you said, Pinterest worthy posts or get all this stuff and plan it out. And if you do, like totally kudos to you. And like, that's amazing. Teach me.
I'm not knocking you for sure.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, like, as moms, we're running businesses, we're running families, we're trying to keep hubbies happy and take the dogs out and like laundry list of stuff that's going on. So to have something like this to make life a little bit easier, but also put the fun back into it, like not make life take life so seriously and, just like enjoy those little moments with your family. And I love how you're saying you have like the kids night inboxes, and these are learning opportunities and fun things to do with the kids. It's really just such a great thing to experience and to do with them in a world where everything is so disconnected, to have the connection.
Yeah, absolutely. And the customers are saying, we love this. We just had so much more fun than we thought we were going to, or we went out on a limb to order this, weren't sure what it was going to be like, but we had the best time. And then we'll see other customers' Instagram photos, and the newborn baby will be in the rock and play, and they'll be over here at the table. They'll be Susie, who's dead asleep, joined us on date night, and it was yep, I remember that.
Yes, you're this is why I made this.
Yeah, exactly. And so we just are so thankful for the well reception to this idea, and it's blessed us. We have 10 full-time people, customer service team, an 11,000 square foot warehouse. We employ individuals with intellectual and physical disabilities to pack our boxes. That's something that's really it's the customers that drive me to keep doing this every day, but then it's the individuals that are so underserved in the workplace that are so capable and just incredible individuals. We make slight modifications for them, and they are so employable. And if anyone else is kind of listening, that's a business owner, and you think you have jobs to do, you really should consider them as a workforce, because
that's incredible.
It's amazing. Yeah, it's really, they're such a huge asset to us, especially the individuals who maybe have the Asperger's or the autism, because they're so meticulous. And when they go to pack your boxes, nothing is missed. They see what's in there, and they're so talented, and they're just wonderful. So
yeah, that's amazing. I love that you're doing that too. So where can the moms connect with you? Where can they find you, get information about date night inboxes? Like I said, Valentine's Day is just a couple days away. When this launches, Valentine's Day is going to be 2 days away. So this is a great opportunity for them to get a box, check you guys out.
Totally.
So, what platforms can
absolutely
moms connect with you on?
Yes, absolutely. So you can go ahead and head to datenightinbox.com. If you're interested in date night, you could go to kidsnightinbox.com if you are interested in Kids Night In. And something that I kind of forgot to mention, if faith is an importance in your relationship, we do have a faith add-on experience that you can choose. This will be an additional discussion guide that includes scripture and principles and everything to kind of tie everything in. And that has been really well received as well. So either of those have a faith-based component that you can choose as well. If nightinboxes.com is easier for you to remember, you can get to any of our Kids Night In or Date Night In from nightinboxes.com as well. We're on Facebook and Instagram. And we just love hearing from anybody. Don't hesitate to reach out if you have any further questions. You can reach out to customer service at mindandboxes.com. Or you can find me. My Instagram is NIB_Megan, my handle. So feel free to reach out if you have any questions.
Awesome. Well, Megan, thank you so much for being here today and sharing with the mamas. Again, you know, this audience, we all are mamas here and we all appreciate a good date night. So, you know, when it's hard and you can't get out, this is the perfect solution to connection time with your kids, but also your husband, and having that, you know, that option to have the date night and the quality time together. So thank you so much for sharing your amazing, amazing product with us. And I love that you came up with this idea because it's so needed in the marketplace.
Absolutely. And thanks so much for having me.
Yep. We'll see you guys. And make sure you guys check out Megan on Instagram, on her website. And if you guys have any questions, reach out to Megan, or check out the website to order your box, especially for Valentine's Day. All right, guys. We'll see you next time.